I don't know if you can tell us about it, but if you can, it'll be a nice little exclusive. I've heard you might have been doing a bit of writing with one of your old pals from Memphis.
Yes. Sorry. Want to take that down a bit? That's better. Thank you, Sam. Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Yeah. I think it's
I'm at that age.
Yeah, so heard a little rumour about a certain piano player that you might have been doing a little bit of writing with.
Really? Who's that?
I thought you was doing a little bit of with Mr. Thompson.
No, we've done it already. Yeah.
Do you need to know about it?
Yeah, what do you want to know? Which, what we've actually done?
Yeah, what is it?
Well, we got In Your Street in the bag and Bullingdon Boys, which I don't know if you've heard that at all, but that's both those songs. I'm really chuffed with Mike's lyrical because some of his words a bit different. Driving in My Car, fantastic song, but anyway, I ain't going to knock his lyrics, but these, the Bullingdon Boys and Before We Was We, is on the money.
It's a maturity and it's come with time, hasn't it?
Yeah. That's, I'm really chuffed with what's coming out, and of course, Sugsy Boy, they're sort of leaving me behind. I mean, I'm stepping back.
No one's leaving him behind, are they? So, talking of which, people of a certain age, me particularly, one of the bravest songs I heard was Embarrassment. At that time, you slag. At the time, people just didn't talk about that subject. It was what went on quiet. Everybody's aware of your embarrassment story. There was a lot of families that had children that got pregnant, disowned by parents. It seems a lifetime ago, and it's less than 50 years.
Yeah, 1975-ish. Yeah. I think as you probably heard, it was just for about, I mean, it's only sort of 45 years ago, but my sister was pretty much sort of, don't come round this year at Christmas or whatever. Yeah, it was a bit, it wasn't very savoury at all. And yeah, I'm in touch with Hayley now. She's, what's that make her? Anyway, I won't say her age, but yeah, I'm in touch with her once a month. And she's absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous girl. She's brushed it off, I mean, it's affected people around her more than her. She's very strong person.
I was thinking about it though, Tom, because I've got my daughter here, she's 19. She wouldn't understand how anybody in this society could be like that, but it was prevalent then. And what I found interesting, not only that you wrote it, but that the rest of the band were prepared to make that stand and release something which was at the time.
Yeah, no, two ways about it. I mean, I think I was telling you earlier, I was so angry about it. I mean, I wrote it to the tune of Free Love, which is a Prince Buster song on the Fab album, and I took it to Mike. I said, I've sung it to this, and he went, let me have a listen and have a look at the lyrics. I mean, it might have been, it's probably the same sort of subject as On the Subject of Love Child by Diana Ross Supremes. But I took it to Mike and he went, ooh. And 2 or 3 days later he'd written this Motown type feel to it. And, recently Mr. Paul Weller said that it's his favourite Madness song, which I'm over the moon about. Yeah, really, really chuffed.
For a bloke who was having a bit of trouble tuning with his top of that, you played some saxophone on that, didn't you?
You shouldn't make, you said you wouldn't mention that. Yeah, no, I was in touch with, I don't know if there's any Weller fans out there. I mean, he's a bit of a moody fella, but he's mellowed out over the years, and he came and done the House of Fun, jumped up on stage, and we went through Heatwave, the second song, and around at Sugs's Cup of Tea, a couple of black backing vocal women sang along in 2 or 3 takes, He jumped up the House of Commons, sang it. It was just real. Excuse me, we're not. Wait, we ain't interrupted you, are we? Sorry. Giving it all that. Do you know what he is? He's got a nice top on. I know that. Look at the walk. Come on, give us a wiggle.
He's had it on since Friday and all.
I'm staying here amongst witnesses, I'll tell you. Where was we? Yeah, so, Mr. Weller got in touch with us recently. Well, Suggs actually said, Weller wants you to do a bit of recording with him. I said, don't buck about. He said, no, he actually wants you to do this track. Got in touch with Weller, he sent us it through. Name of it, working title, I think it's going to be Walking. Not the Fats Domino version. And yeah, I put some sax down. I had it sent over. I could have gone to my studio, but just timing and everything with what's going on. So yeah, I put the sax down, and day or two later he got back in touch. He went, that is absolutely crap. So yeah, he went, Tom, I knew you'd come up with the goods. And I was it's a bit super trampish. I was into super tramp in my youth. Anyway, yeah, it's not. It's touchy super tramp, but he wrote, said, I knew you'd come up with the goods, and it sounds fantastic. How much do I owe you? I said, no, I owe you, Mr. Weller. So I said, I'll buy you a drink, and then remembered he's on the wagon at the moment, fucking dull. So yeah. So I said, yeah, just, you know, it was a joy, humbling this, that, and the other. It took us about an hour and a half or whatever, but he was adamant he wanted a power, so, you know, that ugly subject. So I said, just give me the musician union rates, and I think half a day is about 250 quid, but, you know, it's like, it'd be nice to have a little mention anyway. And, yeah. So, madness in those days could be numbered. But moonlight. Anyway,
It just made me think, actually, while you were there. Fucking Les Dawson I'm interviewing here.
all in the best possible.
Oh, what was it? Kenny Everett, yeah.
Les Dawson.
Do you ever take a moment to catch yourself on when you think, we're looking at that film earlier on,
Mirror in the bathroom, can't you see? Yeah.
having a look at that film though, that angry young man that we all were at one stage, trying to learn the saxophone, and now you're talking about Weller requesting you to play safe. Do you ever take yourself a moment and think, how far you come?
What a lucky bugger. Yeah, I mean, 1 minute you're standing at bus stops and jumping freight trains and whatever, which was good, exciting stuff, but then, you know, as Mike said, we've sort of realised, you know, you can't be doing this when you reach us, you know, dicing with death. I mean, one of my pals actually, well, I don't know if you read the book.
I'm sorry, did I not mention the book?
But no, Gary Wotton's an old pal of ours, complete nut-nut. Him and my boss, myself and several others jumped freight trains just for something to do, to get out, get away, or whatever. And unfortunately he was going under the tunnel finishing in Frogmore, and didn't see the bridge coming. They both got smashed. Mike got hit on the front, sort of turned posh. I mean, the train was only going 15 mile an hour, 12, you know. And Gary Wotton got double bubble, got hit on the back of the head, and the front of his head he opened up on the bumper of the car. They weren't plastic then, still. And yeah, fortunately they're both, yeah, well, don't know about Mike. No, it was close. It could have been fractured. Could have been worse. And anyway, yeah, we landed up in the back garden of some Greek party that was going on. You know, dun da dun da, or whatever. There's all the Greeks being played around. And we're there with this. Remember, I cut the sleeve off of me. Two little holes in. I mean, the IRA were pretty up there, you know. And we jumped in this back garden, 7 of us, a bloke with a gash in his head, and they're having a good old knees up, and then looked. And like, yeah, don't see that. And fortunately, they let us in, called an ambulance, and yeah. Anyway, yeah.
So, when we had a little chat earlier, you was catching up with a mutual friend of ours, lovely man, Paul Tadman.
Yeah.
I believe he was overseas. So how did that come about, the crunch part?
Really, that's Chrissy Boy's corner. After the Madness thing, there was a bit of a lull, and we had a lot of time on our hands, so Chris suggested we make an album of the songs that we had that were doing nothing. So we went in and recorded Crunch by the Nutty Boys. Before we had a band together, we eventually released that. We got a bit of a bollocking from the band because it's a bit rich, calling ourselves the Nutty Boys when, of course, the Madness and all that. So Chris had the brilliant idea of saying, we got the names mixed up at the artwork when it went off to the artwork, and we're actually called Crunch. And the album name is The Nutty Boys, and I mean, how he comes up with his shit, I think, brilliant, fantastic. And then we thought, I don't know if you've heard the album, but it's all very, myself on vocals and sax, Chris on guitar, and the rest of it's like drum machines and electric, and it's sort of, it's okay, but we knew we'd best get a band together to take it out live. Was the only way we could do it. We got Paul Tadman was introduced to us by I'm not sure, but anyway, Spider, Tadman, and several other chaps joined. Don't come back. There's only 5 more minutes to go. And
She went to the hairdressers for this as well. Was it shut?
That's done me up now. That's fucked my confidence right up. Come on, point at Dunbar, let's get this over with. So yeah, anyway, we got the band together and done several gigs, and then of course Madness came back in the fold with Mad Stock, and we sort of carried on, but the beast, the runaway train took over.
Did you have any expectation of what that first Mad Stock was going to be like?
The first place I fucking know. It was a time when I used to catch 3 in one hand. You know?
That's called being young.
Robert Mitchell.
Young, yeah. I mean, obviously, I attended that. Willow was there.
Robert Vaughan.
That's it.
In a magnificent centre. Yeah.
But did you? I mean, it was an earthquake for us. I mean, I know literally, but did you have an expectation of what you was going to face when you went out?
No, not at all. Not at all. I went to the George Roby. I thought we was playing the George Roby, not back in Finsbury Park.
Quarter of an inch of piss from the floor on the road.
Yeah, man.
What's going on here, son?
How much the
He's not your dad either. No, but that gig was now. But really, that was an outpouring of love. That's what that was.
That's Dunbar. Same with Jade. Most time.
An outpouring of what? That gig. That was an outpouring of love from people to Madness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you feel that?
Very much, yeah. I was actually in tears. My uncle was there as well. He knew enough missed the gig because he was in the Lord Nelson with his mates. He's a street trader, my uncle, loved him. He used to live with him when my parents lived with there. Anyway, he was in the pub and I found this out and I went, I want him at this gig, I want him to witness this. So he got 4 police motorbikes and he's in the limo. I mean, last time he was in a Jaguar. With sandbags in the back, but that's another story. And he was driven, and a police escort to Finsbury Park. Chuffed, yeah. So all the family, relatives, nephews, fucking nicking all the anyway, yeah. So great, yeah. I mean, yeah. Choose your friends, can't choose your family. Fucking sign and fucking razzle. And a crate of beers away. Well, boy, he was only 6. Yeah, when we went out there, it was very like, fucking hell, yeah. This is great. That's it. You know, if nothing else happens after tonight, it was a real honour and a pleasure.
Yeah, it was a beautiful thing for the people in the audience as well. I mean, you never thought you were going to get another go.
No.
You know, and it must have been the same for you guys, you know, coming together. Even if it was never going to happen again, just one more go on the old ride. You know what I mean?
Well, of course, they had the second day as well. It went, which was on Chrissy Boy's birthday, I think. He offered everyone to buy everyone a drink on their way out. Anyway, yeah, he still hasn't paid that bar bill. About 15 grand or something. We attract a lot of drinkers. Morris, anyway, you can go on and on about it. But yeah, it was a good lineup, wasn't it? Ian Dury was there. Morrissey turned up for the first day.
Interesting.
Lucky turned up on the thing, didn't they? Lucky bastard.
He got an interesting reception, didn't he, Morrissey?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know whether they were. I know he sort of was draped to the Union Jack. And a lot of people, the Bermuda Triangle at the front. Yes, you, madam, and you, sir, right at the front, were throwing coins, and everyone could dodge these coins, except the poor drummer. And when he got off stage, he was right to the name. He had all the marks, 50p marks and 10p. Serious, I'm joking. But on the bright side, I made £8 that day.
What he never told you was he had a magnet strapped to his back, the old drummer.
A magnet?
Yeah, he made a fortune out of it.
Don't tell everyone.
So just coming into a bit of modern music before we get the specialised thing. A lot of people, you get to a certain age and you get kind of stuck in a time warp. You go back to the favourite stuff again and again. Do you listen to any new music?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a 24-year-old son. Yeah, I listen mainly to what he's listening to. I don't have much music on in the house nowadays. I'm listening to that James O'Brien, LBC. I mean, Robert Elms, you know, I think he's great. Oh, look at the dress on that. If you buy that one, check. And yeah, James O'Brien's, he's banging on about the Brexit thing, but he's just, it's really interesting. Really, he gets some really interesting calls in there. And now and again I put on a little bit of Motown Soul Station, put the back Barry White. You know, I love Horace, yeah, fucking love a bit of Barry, don't we? And
That's what ruined my back, that was.
not like that, not in that respect. No, we like a bit of Barry, don't we? Like a bit of Barry, Barry Lewis, the 3 degrees. But no, let me think. About the Libertines.
What's that lines?
Mate, my son and his friend took us along. We had a right session the night before. I'm saving that for the book. Mandy's book. We got up. I'm halfway through this Ian Snowball. I don't know if you heard of him. Tell you should write your book. When who's going to be interested in this shit I've been up to? He said, I think you'll find a lot of people. So we've done 80,000.
Nick Wells done one.
Did he?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you, I don't know that. I know Horace Panter has written one, and I was going to get Stuart Wright to do one. Where are you, Stu? There he is. You know, how many? We've done about 100 words. Anyway, Ian Snowball has got 80,000 words, and he said, that's it, we've got it. I said, no, we ain't. So what do you mean? I said, I want to start back from the beginning again and write another. And there's no rush, but it's not until Easter, so just go back and take out some bits and put in some bits.
When when you've lived a life, things will come back to you, won't you? How did I not think of that first song?
Yeah, man. Makes the man in this book look like fucking Jack and Henry. Handy Teletubbies even. Yeah, so I've opened up a bit of a can of worms, but you know, that's what happened. You know, if you're a bit squeamish or a law-abiding citizen, don't bother buying it.
That's most of the people in this place, I guess. So look, I've got a little tip for you before we get to your ambassador role. New music. There is a band that I think are going to do brilliant. A real talent. Unknown really. Sketchuists. They played here on Saturday night. The lady in that band has got a voice you only dream about having. All talented girls. Irish.
Is this a Northern Irish band?
They're from Dublin, actually.
Dublin? Southern Ireland, they beg your pardon.
Yeah, but a real talent song. I haven't listened out from.
Here's my tip. PG tip.
Have a drink on me.
Have a drink on me, son. That's Tommy Cooper. So, yeah, so I've missed them, have I?
Yeah, they won last night. Wonderful.
Yeah,
Such was life. Look, I know we've got to wrap up in a minute, so I wanted to come to the really important part. A lot of the people that be interested in here, how did you get involved in the Specialised Connection in the first place?
Do you know, I can't remember. I was approached by Paul Willow, who I don't know who approached him, but he asked us if I'd... what's that? Oh, John Young. John Young. Yeah, staunch. Knows the colour of your underpants, that fella. Yeah, here is he, the bastard. There he is. Yeah, all right, John. I was glad you made it. Checks in the post. So yeah, John Young. Yeah, put us in touch with him, and he asked us if I'd get involved and be ambassador of this worthy cause, and yeah, jumped up, honoured.
The thing is, there's no one in the room that isn't touched by that evil fucking disease. There's somewhere along, everybody's got a tale, a story about it. And do you know what? On behalf of the Specialised people, you have been a great ambassador. I know you take a song, I'll try you out, mate.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to give it a bit back, isn't it? It's about time. And it's always, it's getting better and better. It's a real joy. And you know, if I'm not in another part of the world, then I'm here. Yeah. And you know, we're doing with your Silencers, my son's band. We're playing tonight. Obviously, no. I mean, we're doing a gig up in Ivy Barnet on the 20th or 22nd. No, that's a Friday anyway. But I've got tickets in my pocket here if anyone wants to buy it. It's for Cherry Lodge. And yeah, that's in the week after next or whatever, 22nd. And it giving a bit back. Don't cost much, does it? And it's enjoyable. And it keeps me out of trouble. Keeps us on the straight and narrow road.
The ladies and gentlemen, a man of the people, Mr. Thompson.